Okay, let's give this a shot. I got Django and I got Kathleen here. So we should be good. Oh my god, that's not even my face. I had to like do a shot of my wall. Welcome to my standing desk. It's the first time I've used that in a stream. We're gonna see how well you guys can hear me because my mic is gonna stay right there and I'm gonna wander like an old man. So I don't know. Hopefully the audio stays good. But this is the film major in me also hates this right now. But this is I want the window, so we're gonna see how that goes. But yeah, we have the goal of fixing that. Not all those who wander are lost. Some who are lost don't wander. But we're gonna give this a shot. So the goal is to put books on there. Again, you can't see my. You might look at my arms a lot this stream, so that's fine. Audio, cool. Glad to know the audio's. Oh, I'm doing the Pip-Boy. Also, you can't super see, but I've got all kinds of books on my bed. This is a motivating factor to actually finish this today, because they're all on my bed. So that's a millennial pro tip. If you put it all on the bed, you'll just sleep somewhere else that night because you won't finish the task. But we're going to try to do this. So, I obviously have shelves for the shelves. This is because these are the $35 Walmart shelves that were assembled in another home and had some problems along the way. So I have a remedy for that, but the reason why I haven't fixed that yet is I might actually break it on purpose here, because one of the things I want to do is find a spot for my, you can't see it on the camera, my holocrons and my lightsabers, which can be plugged in and left on, the holocrons anyway, and so this hole is conveniently right by my ledge, so the Funko Pop ledge. Even more Star Wars stuff in my living room. And so because of that, I might actually carve into that, but I want to decide, just don't use God no, we will not be using the Dewey Decimal System. But because of that, I'm not going to fix any of the stuff until I know what I want to put where. I have a lot. I have a lot. So, I want to keep Legend stuff together, and I want to keep canon stuff together, because otherwise, obviously I'm organizing it by timeline, because I'm not a heathen, and combining Legends and canon is going to make timelining impossible. So I need a Legend section, I need a canon section. One of these shelves, probably towards the bottom, will be my I own them but haven't read them yet, because I don't like to put things in the timeline if I haven't read them yet. I also have comics, and I can decide if I want a comics section or if I want to intersperse comics with. The problem is most, if not all, of my Legends books are paperback, which were from a time of Unity when all of them were the same size, the paperback size. This is the size that paper book backs are. The canon books, see, this is what YouTubers don't get. Everyone has been going on about Disney and woke and ruining Star Wars and women. You know what the real problem is with Disney? We can't get a book printed in the same size as any other book. A book comes out and it's a completely different size of another book. Why? That is the real Disney crime that no one is talking about. All of my books are a different shape, and I don't like it. And I don't know how to organize it. So, the Legend stuff is going to be easy, and the canon stuff is going to be a challenge. And I know Django feels the same way. And welcome, Ray. You have to know what I'm talking about, right? The canon books are just not the same size, and it's driving me insane. Just like the autofocus on this camera. That's fine. This is fine. This won't bother anybody. Apparently my webcam is a big fan of how Star Wars books are printed now. It doesn't agree with me. So, basically, So that's kind of what I want to work on. I want to keep broadly canon stuff together, broadly legend stuff together. There's a couple of things where I might not do that. Guidebooks, I don't really care. Like if they're legends guidebooks or canon guidebooks, there's not really a timeline involved with those. In the past, I've had the guidebooks up top because they're the prettiest covers. And obviously are not all printed in the same shape and size, but they're also the heaviest. And so I might want to either put those on a central one where the shelves are not held on by nubs, or actually on the floor, even though I don't really want them on the floor. So we'll see. And then somewhere around here, I'm probably going to want my display shelf. It's like when they don't make books from the same series. They don't! And it drives me crazy. You're organizing books. I'm taking some of mine at half price to get some cash. I'm looking at this and questioning my life choices. There's a lot of introspection happening right now. Just make sure Cess the Deception and Children of Jedi are front and center, baby. You know, I lost 2 books to the mold. They were both books I hadn't read yet, and there are other books I wish I could have lost in its place. But that's okay. Actually, I used to be so petty that I own one Karen Travis novel. It's Hard Contact, which is actually one that was not abysmal, and I used to keep it on my shelf upside down because I was that petty. But I've moved on from that pettiness, and I don't keep it upside down anymore. Maybe we'll bring that back for tradition, though. So yeah, so I have a diagram. So my broad thought is how I had it before is I had like a High Republic shelf, and I really liked having a High Republic shelf, but the High Republic has so many books now, they're not all going to fit on one shelf. So I think I'm going to let go of that idea, and I'm just going to have a canon shelf, and High Republic will all be together anyway, because there's nothing interspersed in that timeline. I don't have time to read all these Legends books anymore, sorry. Oh, yeah, no. That is, I have a stack over there of Legends books that I own, haven't read yet, really want to. Problem is, I want to read all the new canon ones too, and I want to read stuff that isn't Star Wars, and I want to play a lot of video games. So, and I'm not a fast reader. I'm not a slow, I'm like a very mid-speed reader, which is not good for how many books are coming out. So for thinking about it, if this is where, like, I feel like this is where the display shelf is. I feel like that's broadly locked in. One, because of the already pre-produced hole in the backing. 2, because of the proximity for the shelf. And the shelf is just where I can store plugs and electricity and whatnot. So if this is the display shelf, the question then becomes, is it some books and display? Or is it display and books? And I think to that point, the part of me that just kind of likes to keep things the same wants to put canon stuff over here because that's where it was. But I think this is going to be the canon section. And because the canon section is going to probably grow faster than the legends section, the legends section will still grow because I will still be acquiring them as I read them, but I'm trying to slow up on buying legend stuff until I read the legend stuff I have. So I think I need to make the canon section here and make sure that has room to still have space. I actually had space on these shelves before the shelves got wrecked. And so I should have room for everything. And there's a few things I might actually offload somewhere else too. So we should be okay at organizing. Oh, my books are sorted by height and does it fit? That's how my non-Star Wars stuff is sorted. So I have a couple of shelves over here that are the handful of like sci-fi or like theology stuff I have. And they are just like no rhyme, no reason. Like I have like XCOM comics and stuff like over there. But the Star Wars stuff is getting organized. So there's that. But yeah, I'm thinking canon there. Display there. One of the bottom shelves is going to be to be read. Oh, that actually reminds me. I want to keep an open area also for books I am actively reading. So, because usually what happens is they stay on my bed, which means they move between my bed and my chair, and I just kind of play musical where are those books. and then they get buried, and then I forget about them, and then I don't read them. So somewhere on here too, I want to have like a spot where I store the book that I'm actively reading right now, and that has a place. So I think this is gonna be canon, and we're gonna fix the back of this, put some shelves in. This is gonna be canon. This is probably gonna be display, shelf for currently reading, and whatnot. And then we're probably gonna put like legends and stuff down. And the other part of that too is the books that I have that are my my collection of probably 3 dozen books that I haven't read are all legends. So then we can basically do canon, legends, display, and then somewhere in there is going to go guidebooks and other odds and ends. So I think, in fact, I'm going to write that down. I think that's how I'm going to start, but we might kind of go around that way. So we're going to write, I think just this whole thing can be canon, because it's going to fill up, to be honest. And I think I'm literally going to start there and see how much room I actually have left over. And then over here, we're going to have display, currently being read pile. And then I'm going to put guides with a question mark, because putting them here doesn't resolve my issue of I wanted the heavy books to be somewhere not heavy. And then we're going to do legends with TBR. So we'll get that figured out. I might actually be able to find a way to feel safer about putting the heavy books all together. I also might just have like a heavy book section on the bottom and actually separate the guidebooks. So we'll see. There's a couple of things I could do. This part might be obnoxious for the microphone, but what we're going to do now then is... I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab a wipe and clean some dust off of this. And then we'll put some black duct tape over here just for the aesthetics a little bit. And then we'll start putting in some shelves. So let me just go grab a wipe real quick. This is a very strange thing to do, because I'm used to having the game to respond to, and now I'm just like... So anyway, it doesn't help that I actually talk to myself all the time, so my brain's having a hard time of like, wait, are we talking to just us, or are there people here right now? There's no reason to start with dust already on the books. They will get enough dust on their own. So I'll just wipe this down. But no, I am a talk out louder all the time. In college, my first roommate, Lindsay, who if you were here for the times we did like Stardew Valley streams with Marvel shows during the pandemic, she was on one of the ones on there, friend of Kathleen and I. She and I were roommates for a couple of years, and she took to just like not responding anytime I was talking. She couldn't tell if I was talking to her or not. And she would just wait for me to eventually come find her before I would, or before she would respond to anything. These off. Clean these up a little bit. Okay. You can see the back of my Fallout shirt, actually. Really like this shirt. It's got your special stats and everything. I was playing more Fallout this morning. Very, very hooked on 76. Okay, I think I'm going to have better luck if I do multiple pieces of this, rather than trust my athleticism to let me get that all in one piece. Well, do this, and smooth on this side. Well, that is not straight, but that is okay. That's not even kind of straight. But if I rip it up now, it's just going to rip up the back, so that's fine. It's going to be covered by books, so it's not like it really needs to be correct. I just don't want to push a book up against it and break through it or something. Because it's not, well, I guess this part is actually flat against my wall. I just think that covering this up is going to be safer in the long run. And this is what I get for getting the $35 Walmart shelves, which is what I had before. They served me well, honestly. They're really good, but really cheap. But perfect if you don't want to spend a whole paycheck on bookshelves. Okay. Now, what is anybody out there reading anything interesting right now? Kathleen's recommendation, I just finished a novella called All Systems Red in the Murderbot series. Really good. Actually, Django, I think you would like it quite a bit. So that was kind of part of my foray into trying to read again. Just something really, really short and kind of easy in that regard. So if you need sci-fi recommendations, Kathleen's the one to ask. Murderbot, there you go. Yeah, Kathleen turned me onto that series. I just finished the first one. Well, there you go. You can talk to Kathleen about it because she said she's read the first couple. Something weird outside. Yeah, I really liked the first one. I'm going to be looking for the other ones. The problem is, I was looking on Amazon, and I couldn't find the paperbacks. The one I bought in Brooklyn was a paperback. Amazon has a hardcover listed. And I don't want to have the first one in paperback and the rest in hardcover. And they have like 2 book sets. So I don't know. I also might I know a couple people who I think would like it. I might just give my copy to someone and then buy a set that would work. Or just say screw buying it. And I have a Hoopla account and I could just read them on Hoopla and not even buy them. But I don't like reading digitally as much as I'm addicted to my phone. I would rather read a book in a paper page. But actually, Kathleen, you said the audiobooks were good, right? Because I can get those on Hoopla too. So maybe I just listen to the rest of them. Okay. Right. That is odd. Well, and what I wondered is if I were to order one, if it's not actually the paperback, because it's an odd-shaped paperback. It's like the British-shaped paperback instead of the American-shaped paperback. Yeah, they're probably on Hoopla. I can't imagine they're not. Okay. So, now we got to get a shelf in, so let's just pick. I think the biggest book I'm going to try to fit in here is a normal hardback. Trying to look through what I had. I think I decided all the other oddly tall ones like Starlight Stories and stuff I would just put somewhere else. So this one, if this went to the top, we could just put a shelf in at the top one. Okay. So we should be good there. Now let's just try to get the shelves in and go from there. I actually have plenty of shelves because the part of my shelving units before that died were like the bottom bases, but I actually kept the actual shelves from the part that wasn't hit by the mold. So I have a lot of shelves. If for some reason I want to put more in than would typically be available. So that's pretty cool. God, this is going to be a test in my physical strength, apparently. Some of these are not as neatly drilled as others. That's what you get when you buy $35 shelves. you don't have this problem when you buy shelves that are actually worth money. Here we are. Part of me wants to like hit him with a hammer, and part of me is like, I'm gonna really break him if I do that. So let's see what I can do here. By hand. Some of them go right in, and some of them are like, nope. There we go. Okay. Let's just. I don't actually know which ones are the old shelves and which ones are the new, because it all got, in the chaos of moving room to room, got moved around. So just in case, we're going to disinfect everything, just for the heck of it. But I'm reading right now I'm reading a more theological book that I'm going to try to get through, because I've had it for a while and I really wanted to read it, and I've started it a few times, and I'm going to try to do that one. I really need to do phase 3 of High Republic. I've only read George Mann's novel that started it off. So that's going to be the whole thing. The good news, though, I can probably actually use Hoopla to get caught up on a lot of the comics and not actually have to buy them, which will be cheaper. Especially considering I will eventually want to buy, like, the omnibus. I did not think through this being damp. Hold on. Should always know where your towel is. There we go. But just trying to think through stuff I actually want to read. But High Republic's going to be a big priority for me to actually. I probably won't be caught up in time for it to end, to be frank. But I at least want to be, like, back on it by the time the last book comes out this summer. But, I don't know. There's so much with Star Wars, and I didn't read a lot last year, and so I feel like I'm going to have to read a lot to get caught back up. Interesting. Very interesting. Why is this not flush? I wonder if... This has a sticker on it, so I'm pretty sure this is one of the new ones. Let's just experiment with something here. Oh, well, what do you know? The shelves are not the same size. Well, today I learned. That's good. That doesn't mean I can't use these. It just means I might not put these front and center. Honestly, I find a lot of use for just having extra bookshelves around. My computer sits on one, so it doesn't sit on carpet. So, and I also don't have, like, the ones we don't use, I also don't have to keep. I just kept them in case. Okay. I'm gonna get this one on, and then the idea is to figure out how many shelves I can put here. So this one, and then if I grab good old Thrawn Ascendancy here, it very clearly fits. And then the problem is the next shelf would go here, and that is a lot of wasted space. That is really dumb. Well, so I either adjust and put something only small here, or that would mean my next one's here, which I'd still get like 3 out of it, but I don't think that's going to be enough for all my canon books. I'm not savvy enough to drill my own holes. But I don't really have another option. The other option I have, I guess, is... Yeah, I did not realize how dumbly placed all these holes are. They were much better placed in the models I had before. This could get interesting. Alright, I'm the 3 shelves and just see how far that gets me with the books that I have. Just like out of curiosity. So we're just going to kind of keep going. Because the other thing I might do is put in like a tiny shelf for display. And then try to get 2 out of it. It would be the same amount of shelf space for the books, but at least I could put some of my display items up, like my lightsabers. So that might be, I might just do that anyway. Let's try that. 'Cause even that way, at least if I'm not getting more book space, I'm still utilizing the space. Which will just mean the decorations will take up less space on another shelf. Even though on another shelf I'm going to have the same problem. So we'll see. If I was braver, see, I don't have a drill, but I could always like get somebody to help me with that. But these are such cheaply made shelves, I'm worried that if we drilled holes in them, they would just break anyway, which would defeat the purpose. Had kind of the same issue with your shelves. Also put books laying sideways on top. Oh, that's a good idea too. I could put some sideways books in. That is a good point. Okay. That is also an option. And I might do that on the left side. I don't know if the camera's flipped for you guys or not, but this is left for me and this is right for me in the real world. But I might do that on this side because if I put the guidebooks there, and those are oddly shaped anyway, I could put them on this side. I did sideways for small paperbacks on your shelf. Okay, well, I'm glad to know I'm not the only person that ran into this problem. That is kind of what I was hoping with doing this live is, honestly, any number of the ones who are in chat right now are people like I would just talk to on the phone happily while I did this too. And it's kind of a way for me to almost be on the phone with you while I do this. But have you see what I'm doing? So I can get advice. And then if random people from the internet show up too, more the merrier. Because this would also be, like, I left him in the other room, but, like, let me go grab something real quick. Like, would this work? Oh, barely. Oh, it would. See, I could put my saber there. I could fit both of my sabers there with some kybers, or put some books on the side. But I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's bad at all. I might come back through. I'm not going to do it now. But down the road, depending on how I like this lighting, I might actually carve a little bit of this back out too, so I can put some RGB lights behind the sabers. I think that would be pretty cool. But like this might be good as a saber shelf, because the sabers, I mean, they're very important. I want people to see them, but they took up a lot of shelf space. Yeah, I think that works for the lightsabers. They're just crazy dusty, so we're gonna do a little cleaning here. My other saber doesn't sit as high up on the stand, so if this one works, that one will work also. So we're just going to set this here for the purposes of knowing what it does, like knowing what this shelf is for, and then I'll figure that out as we go. So now if we go, so it'll be like row of books, saber break, row of books is kind of what we're looking at here. So if I put a shelf here, that gives me room for 2. Okay. So we're going to see how this works. I want to see if I can fit all of my canon books with room to grow here If I can't, that means I'm going to need to reevaluate. Because, again, I need room for the canon books to grow. But we will see. We shall see. These little fiddly bits here. That one goes in easy. That one goes in easy. That one's fine. Is the last one gonna fight me? Last one is not gonna fight me. Oh, I don't think this is the... Wait, hold on. Did I want it down one? Yeah, I did not want it at this height. Okay. I wanted it at this height. Yes. I need 2. Okay. Still went in easy. Shelves. Problem is we're going to get into the other wrongly sized shelves, but that's okay. I'm going to have to live with that one if I want all the shelves. This is my standing desk. You are in standing position. Which is great, because as much as I'm sure I'm trying to think of a saucy joke to make about staring at my butt, but I really don't have one ready, so just pretend I have one. But standing desk is better than the framing of the sitting desk. Okay. Actually, on that note, I realized my energy drink is in another room. I'm gonna go resolve that issue too. I'll be right back. Okay. This great flavor of Red Bull that I love, which is what I'm drinking today. It's called Juneberry. So you either like Red Bull or you don't, right? You either like this thing that kind of tastes like if bull piss was like not horrible, and that's what Red Bull is. And then it's like if you took a Red Bull and poured a Voltage from Mountain Dew in it, it literally tastes like you poured a Red Bull into a Voltage, which I like. Those are 2 of my favorite drinks. But you have to like both of those flavors. But if you do, Red Bull Juneberry, really good. Okay. Okay, what I don't have ready is, what I need ready is, I need a good canon book timeline. Because of course we can't have one in Disney, because all the books are published. Some of them are published by Lucasfilm, some of them are published by Disney, and God forbid we publish a licensed checklist with all of those books in timeline order. You can get one for just the Lucasfilm books or just the Disney books. They can't mix. That would be rude. Anyway. Where is my George Mann book? That's going to be the most up-to-date Disney one. Or, Lucasfilm one. Okay. This will have a lot of them. Alright, so let's start with High Republic. I actually used to have High Republic in release order, but now we will go in timeline order. Now that we're not going to have, like, a specific one. Start grabbing stuff here. Okay. Where are we? Problem is the books, when I discovered the mold, I just started pulling the books in a haphazard order and then put them in a room in a haphazard order, because like with the mold I wasn't really thinking through the organization. And then oh, it looks like I actually did used to have these in timeline order, and now that I put them back, I'm like, well, I didn't keep them in any kind of order, so we'll see how close I am here. Okay. That's not... Oh, no, I did have them in... I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway. More High Republic books. Let's just get High Republic books on the shelf. And then once the High Republic books are on the shelf, we'll put those in order. and carry on from there. So these are not going to be in order yet, but they will get there. Not High Republic, not High Republic. These are High Republic. These are High Republic. High Republic. It sounds like I'm saying hello to a republic over and over and over again. Okay. The good news is High Republic's going to be pretty easy to figure out the order across publishers because they're all, I kind of remember how they came out. After that, it's going to get a little harder. Although, frankly, we might just get them on the shelves and I'll actually put them in order later anyway. Because, again, the idea isn't so much to put them where they fit. The idea is to have room to let this collection be able to grow, which means I can't build it to fit specific books anyway. So we'll see. These, where do I want to put the, not legends, but like myths and legends, Life Day Treasury. I have the Dark Side one here somewhere too. Oh, yeah, there it is. I might put these at like the very, very beginning because they're like, the, you know, in-universe legends, or I might put those with the guidebooks, but they'll go there for now. This is High Republic. High Republic, yes. High Republic, yes. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be good enough. Okay, so then, according to the one that will end up going in last, because it's the most recent High Republic book I have, I need Convergence, Battle of Jeddah, Cataclysm. I can do that. Convergence. Oh, Battle of Jeddah is the script book for the radio drama, and I don't think I bought Battle of Jeddah. I own Tempest Runner's script book, and I own Afra's script book. I don't think I have Battle of Jeddah's script book yet, so that's fine. I've listened to Battle of Jeddah. Battle of Jeddah is one of my favorite Phase 2 things. By the time that came out, I was paying for a lot more on my own, and having a second copy of something did not make the cut. Yet, it might yet, because it's only going to get cheaper as time goes by. Okay. So that means my Phase 2 stuff all needs to go there too. There's got to be... I said this was going to be easy and then I'm wrong. High Republic chronological book order. Should not have to do it this way. Oh, sure, StarWars.com can publish an article, but God forbid we put it in the book. Anyway, it's always going to bother me. Okay, I'm just going to not read my push alerts. Okay. Quest for the Hidden Cities first? Really? Path of Deceit goes there? I mean, I'm not one to question StarWars.com, but I'm kind of questioning StarWars.com with that one. Oh, I haven't read Tales from Enlightenment yet. That's one I'm behind on. I think that's the collection of... No, Tales of Enlightenment is its own thing, right? But then there's also a collection of all the Insider short story books. I think that's called something else. Unless that is what Tales of Enlightenment is. But I thought Tales of Enlightenment was its own thing. Okay, StarWars.com. Okay. Quest for the Hidden City. Convergence. Path of Deceit. I don't know. But for the sake of moving on, Convergent. You know, I'm saying this like you guys can totally read the article I'm reading, but that's fine. A bunch of comics. Battle of Jeddah. Quest for Planet X is what it would put next. Little Tessa Grattan adventure. Cataclysm. I friggin' loved Cataclysm. Okay, Convergence and Cataclysm both. So good. So good. Cataclysm is what happens to me next. Path of Vengeance. And then Precedent. I read Precedent, didn't I? I must have. Okay. Starlight Stories, which I have, but is going to go somewhere else. Light of the Jedi. You know what? We're going to put Test of Courage before Light of the Jedi, since apparently we're putting Quest of the Hidden City before friggin' the other book, so that's fine. What? I'm calling so much shenanigans on this Star Wars timeline. I really am, but we're going to press forward with what I have. Okay. Where'd they go? Here it is. Great Jedi Rescue. Into the Dark. I have that somewhere, but I think I'm going to put that in my comic section. I still need to buy that. Edge of Balance, followed by Rising Storm. Edge of Balance. Rising Storm. Which is a different color for some reason. Anyway, it's probably going to be Race to Crass Point. And then Out of the Shadows, I'm assuming. Yes. Then Tempest Runner, then Mission to Disaster. Where's my... Okay, I have Mission to Disaster. I don't know. I must have not found it. Must be in here somewhere. Oh yeah, this stack that's not even on the shelf yet. That would be where it is. This goes there. This goes there. We're gonna run out of room. Fallen Star. No, where did Edge of Balance go? Okay. Edge of Balance, it wants between Test of Courage and Rising Storm. Okay. Oh, that's what I did. I put Edge of Balance 2 there instead of Edge of Balance 1. Silly Jess. Rookie mistake. Out of the Shadows. Tempest Runner. Mission to Disaster. Fallen Star. Which is right here. Which means we're going to be going down to the next shelf. The kids' book based on Fallen Star. Oh no, this is going to be tight. DJO, can your book fit? Oh my god. We're going to get it in there, I know. Okay. Midnight Horizon. There we go. Shelf 1. High Republic plus Dark Legends, Life Day Treasury, Myths and Fables. Because I like putting those at the beginning. I go by phase and then by type. No. I mean, I might. It's, this is a little bit of me just arguing with StarWars.com's order. Honestly, I don't need to nitpick the order with you guys here, because this is going to be a thing I'm going to have to think about. The point really is to just see that I have this organized in a way, and I can, like, put them in a different order as time goes on. So then... Midnight Horizon, yeah. Edge of Balance 2. Bunch of comics that I only own digitally. This stuff. Okay. I have I've not read Escape from Valo yet. I have read Eye of Darkness. Or a bunch of, and then from here I don't have them. Okay. So this stuff is just going to go here for now. Okay. Now comes not High Republic, which is going to get a little trickier. I think what I'm going to do is grab a bunch of Lucasfilm released ones. And then I'll intersperse the Disney ones. And that's going to be the easier way to do this. Dooku Jedi Lost, Master and Apprentice, Living Force. Okay. Dooku Jedi Lost and Master and Apprentice are where? Dooku is right here, and Master is right here. Okay. There we go. Brotherhood. See, here I'm gonna go off too, because it has like the. Oh no, I thought I was separating the Throne and Syndicacy. It just lists them as the trilogy. That's fine. So Brotherhood. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and stick Padawan here somewhere. I don't know exactly where it falls, but probably there. But I'm going to look up a better order in a second. Or not in a second, we're probably not on the street, but at least it'll get something there. Throne Ascendancy Trilogy, which is fantastic. Chaos Rising, Greater Good, Lesser Evil. If I was going to reread anything, I might honestly reread those. I loved those so much. I guess I don't need to put those in tight because the book I'm holding goes in there too. Dark Disciple, which I have. Rise of the Red Blade, and Catalyst, which I have. Okay. Rise of the Red Blade, Catalyst. Dark Disciple is here somewhere. This is where we enter into some of the books I have are paperback and some of them are hardcover. So it's really going to look funky. Okay, Dark Disciple, Rise of the Red Blade, Catalyst. And some of this is Disney books are going to go in there somewhere too. Do I own Tarkin? I own Lords of the Sith, Tarkin, Battlescar. Don't remember if I own Tarkin. I read Tarkin. Don't remember if I own Tarkin. I don't think I own Tarkin. Lords of the Sith and Battlescars. Lords of the Sith, Battlescars. I live for how differently people's minds work when organizing stuff. It's fun. Thrawn. A New Dawn. Thrawn Allegiances. Thrawn Treason. Yeah, we're gonna not do that. We're gonna keep the Thrawn books together and then A New Dawn before it. So I have A New Dawn right here. And I have the Thrawn Rebels trilogy right here. We'll slide those in. And then if I were to scooch these over and make room for the book I have been using, that'll fit. Now, I know for a fact somewhere in here is at least one other, like, young reader's book, but probably, like, Most Wanted or something. But that's okay. What I'll probably do is anything that I don't know where it goes, we'll just slide in at the end. And then it will bother me enough that they're not in order that I will go through and fix that later. Right now the goal is to literally get stuff on the shelves. Okay. Inferno Squad, I don't think I own Heir to the Jedi. Again, read it. Don't remember much about it. Frankly, it was pretty mid. Has one of my favorite jokes of all time in it though. It has a Given. Love Given, Givin. They're the skull-faced creatures that can basically do hyperspace calculations in their head. And I don't remember the full setup, but Luke Skywalker had to protect this Given. And she was in the hotel room. Luke knocks on the door, explains the plan, and then she explained the plan back to him in like a weird order. And he's like, I don't get it. And she's like, it was the funniest joke ever. And he's like, I don't get it. And she like explains the order she said it in. He still doesn't get it. And she's like, I foiled your plan. It was a math joke. And she like re-explained the plan in the foil method. Died laughing. One of the funniest jokes I've ever read in a Star Wars book. Don't remember anything else about the book, really. Just that joke. Anyway, it was an okay book. Great joke. Inferno Squad, Dr. Aphra. Do I own Twilight Company? I don't think I own Twilight Company. I've read it. That was in the, I was reading everything from the library time of publishing, so I don't have that one. Inferno Squad, Dr. Aphra. Okay. Inferno Squad, which I think I actually have, I won a giveaway. And this one's signed by Christy Golden. Didn't get to meet her. I got it. Somebody else was like removing things from his collection and did this as a giveaway, and I won it. It was pretty cool. So Inferno Squad. What else did I say? Dr. Aphra, which is the script book for the audio drama. The joke. I thought it was gonna be a pun about something given. No. Foil your plan. It was such a bad joke. I have never forgotten it. I don't think it would hit as hard now because I haven't done the foil method in 20 years. But at the time I read it, it was a lot funnier. Don't have Twilight Company, Princess and the Scoundrel, and the Alphabet Squadron trilogy, which I do have. Little Beth Revis time. And then have Alphabet, but it's in paperback. That's okay. Alphabet, Shadowfall, Victory's Price. There we go. This is one of Ray's favorite trilogies. So this is in the, some of the stuff is in the, it's not here because it was when I was reading it from the library era. Some of the stuff is here is because my parents were still paying for a lot of things era. And then some of these things are the I started paying things for myself era, which is the paperbacks. So there you go. You can kind of tell where I was in life based off of the books I have. But this is the, I'm paying for it myself, but I don't want to wait for it to come out. High Republic, I'm probably still going to try to keep whole hardcovers since I had whole hardcovers, but I won't have to because some of them when I buy them will be in paperback. Aftermath trilogy. That one I have in paperback. Friggin' all the Finn, the Aftermath trilogy with my dying breath, I tell you. Love those books. Okay. Did I have that in the right order? I do. And then Last Shot, little DJO adventure once again. It's the one with the reversible cover. So I have the Han cover. You can flip it over and it has the Lando cover. What is this? Django, if you're still there, I found in here is a note. And on the note it just says Mon Mothma-ing. That must have been something you and I were doing. I don't know what that is. Has to be something you and I were doing. Shadow of the Sith. Shout out to Adam Christopher. Bloodline, one of the greatest Star Wars novels of all time. And Phasma. Okay. Actually, I wish I had Bloodline in hardcover. I don't know why I got that one in paperback, because I can't imagine I actually waited to read it, but here we are. Phasma, also a great novel. Yeah, Most Wanted definitely goes in here somewhere. We're just going to slide it in, because I know it goes here. I also have I have one Padme novel. That definitely goes in here somewhere, and Ahsoka definitely goes in here somewhere. We're just going to slide them in here to make room. Yeah, I'm not fitting all of my canon novels on this shelf. So we have decisions to make. It's going to be darn close, though. That's the problem. If I could have gotten, although with the height, frankly, I probably couldn't have gotten a fourth shelf in here. So this is probably the way to do it. Okay. So seeing what I see now, let's just get books on the shelf at this point. They're not going to be in the right order, but let's just get books on the shelf. I will put them in the right order later. Okay. So now we have hit a new decision point. This is actually where I should lean. So, canon can continue down. I can put in another shelf here, and we can just have the canon aisle. And then over here, I could do legends. I still want this to be a display shelf, but frankly, I can make this work. I could make this the access port for cords and still put the display shelf there. So I have the ability to make that work. So we could do legends or canon side, continue it down, leave the bottom open for as I acquire canon novels. Legends side and guidebooks. I think that might be what I do. I think that might be how I have to do it. So, okay. That means I need to open this. And obviously they're just books sitting on a shelf, so if I end up not liking it, I can always change it. That's fine. Four of these. Oh god, my knees. Okay. This is why I need standing desk. Actually, right when we were playing, oh no, last night when I was streaming, I was sitting. Never mind. This morning, I was playing Fallout while standing. Okay, shelf. I'm gonna use the shelves that don't fit super cleanly on the bottom, because those are gonna be a little bit less likely to be seen, right? People are gonna come in here and see this looks nice. They're not gonna be as cognizant if the bottom ones don't look as nice. So that's what we're gonna do. This one's gonna fit. It's gonna work. It's just not gonna fit in smooth, and that's okay. Because I think what happened is I've probably already used one too many, and I'm probably gonna have to use a sloppy one over there as it is. Because I think it was just supposed to be 2, and I used 3. I'm just gonna take a quick walk and make sure I don't have shelves anywhere else. I'm walking around with these dang headphones in like I'd be playing a game and I could hear anything that's going on, but I can't hear anything anyway, so I don't have anything in my ears. Anyway, these were actually on my other old shelves because I needed more shelves. I wonder if these will fit better. I think they're going to be the same size, but we're going to find out. It fits a smidgen better. Only a smidgen, but I'm going to take the smidgen. Okay, so now, because I'm not going to be super worried about it. The problem is, look at this space. This is as high as I can make it. And I'm going to have the same problem. I'm only going to have, you guys can't really see, hold on. So I'm going to have the same problem. This is where the first shelf is. There's nothing else here. And the last shelf is here. So like everything below my hand is its own thing. That's really gonna mess with what I can do. I might have to. I'm gonna have to find a solution going forward. But that's okay. The point is to get everything on today, and then I'll have time to frick my knees. Work things going forward. See, this is the sitting shop that I was telling you all about. Okay, let's do this then. You can see some of my non-Star Wars novel collection. But this does mean that this shelf has ample room for collection growth. I'll deal with that in a second. And a lot of this will get shimmied around, like I said, but now, like, if this whole shelf is canon, I have this much room. I mean, that's not going to take forever to fill up. It's going to take an amount of time. I could always forego this as the lightsaber area, too, and stack books here. You guys, hold on, now you can't see what I'm pointing at. I mean, you know what I'm pointing at, but I could put books here on their side if I had to as things went forward. So I think down here is probably going to become guidebook area. So why don't we work on that a little bit? What kind of room? Hold on. Doing the elevator. That'll make that easier. Let's put some guidebooks in here. Again, I will probably work on the order I want everything to be in eventually. But let's start. So we have guidebooks. And they can go down here because they're nice and heavy. And that way they can be on the bottom and not stressing out the weight of my shelves. The problem's gonna be, actually, I might be able to do something about this. Hold on. There's still hope for the future. Oh, these are comics. That might go somewhere else. Okay. Issues of Star Wars Insider and other Star Wars based magazines. So this is, like I said, guidebooks, Star Wars Insider, storybooks, kind of odds and ends books that I don't necessarily know where to put, but they're cool things that I have nonetheless. This I bought recently. I'm really excited about. This is a guide to the Star Wars universe, so it's like an encyclopedia for all things Star Wars, but it was published in 1994. It's pretty fun. So it has like a lot of like what a hyperspace motivator is. You know, this is pre-Wikipedia. There's a little blurb about Owen Lars. It says like what movies he was in. And there's like abbreviations, or like there's Palpatine, C Emperor. Like I just think it's funny. Like it's a pretty cool book. Got that one used at a Schuler's. If you are familiar with Schuler's, I think it's a Midwest Barnes and Noble. Will this fit standing? Possibly. I think I'll use that for my secret new plan. Well, we might be kind of in luck here. Let's see what we got. Okay. These are guidebooks. Legend stuff. Let's see where I want to put all of that. Guidebooks. This is Smuggler's Guide, which was the first canon publication to mention Port Haven before it was fully canonized and referenced by Kevin Scott in the High Republic comic, which is pretty neat. What else do we got here? These are all comics. These are books that could go in here. This is a second copy of the first From a Certain Point of View book. So the 40 collection stories about Star Wars. I have mine, which has signed stories in it. But this one is from a friend, and it's the UK version. So it's an even different shape. And it was just kind of cool. He had an extra copy, so I have a UK publication of that one as well, which is pretty fun. I have a lot of really, really, really random Star Wars things. Like, really random Star Wars things. The more quirky, the better, frankly, for me, for a lot of these things. I'm missing something. I'm thinking some of these that are a little bit taller than the rest. So like these, like the ones that are just slightly too tall. We're going to do this, this, this. I'm going to put in one more little shelf here. And we're going to put some of the oddly shaped ones in on their side. Where did that other stack of books go? Found them. They were just in another room. Okay. Because I have so much crap. Some little nubs. Did you guys see the picture of the grown-up member of Nubs species from High Republic Adventures for the next season that's coming out? It's apparently only season 2. I thought we had a second season of High Republic. Or not High Republic Adventures, Young Jedi Knights. We'll do... Nubs has a lot of growing to do. It's a really cool picture. I like Young Jedi Knights. I haven't watched all of the first season. I got really worried when they started putting like Belle and stuff in it. Because I'm like, don't make these children set during the Starlight Beacon. Please. I did not need to think about where they were when Starlight fell. Thank you very much. Star Wars just really likes to make us think about dying children a lot. It's like its favorite thing to do. Okay, this is either gonna work or I'm gonna have to remove... Okay, I'm gonna have to remove this one book, which is fine. Oh, that is also the problem there. Can this book go in there? It can if it doesn't stand up straight. Hold on. Oh, nope. Well, it can just barely fit. Love it. Okay. So now we got another little shelf. And we're going to fit some of this other stuff in there. So I got a really cool... Got Art of Last Jedi, which is actually the only Art of book for the movies I have. This is a neat one. A friend of mine handed this down to me that I think was handed down to her. It's a this Sounds of Star Wars book. I don't have batteries in it right now, but if you hit buttons, it like plays Star Wars sound effects. It's written by J.W. Rinsler, who just recently passed away. Very well respected in the guidebook community. Okay, this is not gonna fit neatly, because why would things fit neatly? Why would things go the way I need them to go? That would be silly. This is actually ridiculously worth money. The Wildlife of Star Wars Field Guide. That's kind of out of publication and people really want it. That is one of my treasured possessions now. Okay. Got some guidebooks here. Guidebooks. And then I'm just going to slip this in here. Okay. Cool. And then I have CDs and CD-ROMs. There's CD-ROM for Battlefront. Here's a blast from the past. This is stuck to something else. That's exciting. the Millennium Falcon CD-ROM playset. You put this in your computer's disk drive. It needed Windows 95 to run. With a bunch of stuff that's like so old that I don't even know what it means. Anyway, it had a set. I don't think I have the playset anymore. But you put the playset on your keyboard, and then you would like fly through scenes from the movies. Like on the Millennium Falcon, and you would hit buttons. So like when you needed to go to hyperspace, you would hit like the part of the model that was like Chewbacca. And if you needed to shoot something, you would shoot like Han and Luke were like in the turrets, and you would hit the turret part. But like the set was on top of the keyboard, so when you hit that button, it actually just hit the key you needed to hit. And it was just basically a game that was all QuickTime events, but you had like a thing you put on your keyboard. It is the epitome of 90s child gaming. Really, really cool. Really, really fun thing that used to exist. Kids today don't know what they don't know, let me tell you. Okay. So right now we have canon with room to grow and guidebooks. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to use some of this as space for some odds and ends stuff I have too. Oh, this actually could go in with canon. This is Star Wars Bounty Hunters. Let's put, because I kind of need the room, let's put some other stuff. I have 1 Adventures in Wild Space book, 3 Choose Your Own Adventure books from Cavan. What else could go over there? Because I think what I might do is I might just put all of the comics together, like on the same shelf. This can go here. I've got some Scholastics books. Oh, there's my other Choose Your Own. The whole Jedi Prince series, that's pretty fun. God. Now, like I said, this all should fit because it all fit before and I had extra room before, so we should be okay. Now I gotta figure out what I want to do next. I think what I'm gonna do next is just cut this cleaner to make room for cables, and I'll be able to run the cables through no matter where the display shelf ends up, and then we'll repair this part. Honestly, I might cut that a little bit too, and then we'll put some tape around the edges so it doesn't get like worse. So basically we're going to go into shelf cleaning and shelf repair mode here next. And then I think just start stacking Legends books and go from there. And at least then I'll have pretty much everything on the shelf. And if I end up wanting to reorganize it from there, I can, but at least I have things up. Let me get a box cutter. This will be good because now if I injure myself with the box cutter, somebody will be there to call 911. Because you guys will be watching. Okay. I try to not injure the wall either, but I'm slightly less worried about the wall than my hand. Yeah, this literally is just a cardboard back. There is not a lot there. Just a little cardboard backing, that's all. There we go. Almost got it. So I can run some cable through there. And just for the heck of it, I think I'm going to do that here too. Well, no, I don't think I'm gonna. That I think I'm gonna repair. Okay, everybody can calm down. Blade's back inside. Didn't hurt myself. Yet. The day's still young. Okay. Okay. Get this stuff taken off. This taken off. Alright. Now we're gonna, these need to come off. Sticker. 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 We're gonna clean. This is all super dusty. Not dusty or just dirty, I don't know. That all fixed up. And get this all fixed up. Okay, cool. Get back to taping. Alright, I'm gonna do some stuff on the floor here. So here's a bit where the nail got pushed through and it chipped up part of the wood. Because again, $35 shelves. So we're just gonna put some tape down so that I don't scuff my book on it. Where is my... Ugh. Dry it off a little bit here. Down here so as to not scuff my books in the future. Another one here. There we go. No book scuffing. And then, actually, I think at this point, let's actually, there you go. Isn't it wild? It's like you're moving. It's like a VR adventure or something. I love how smoothly it goes. I'm assuming you can hear that on the stream, but I feel like if I ever had to do that in the middle of the stream, like if I had been playing something for a while, my back started to hurt and I wanted to stand up, I feel like I could do that without it being a huge issue. I guess really I could just mute my mic and move it and then unmute my mic, so it's not like it'd be a huge issue either way, but still. That sound, if you can hear it, is the sound of my humidifier for my lizard. Don't know how powerful my mic is to pick that up or not, but it's pretty loud, so you might be able to hear it. I don't even hear it anymore, but it freaks people out when they're over for the first time. Go. Alright, and then just kind of put a little tape around these edges so they don't like get worse. So come around here, just kind of smooth that out a little bit, make it look a little bit more on purpose, a little bit less. I just took an opportunity that was afforded to me by somebody else's mistake. Go. Sometimes when I'm fiddling about, I get the theme music to Roller Coaster Tycoon stuck in my head. Actually, I have a version of that I could totally stream, and that would be another fun, like, random, I don't feel like thinking super hard, we're starting a new story kind of stream. Actually, Coaster Tycoon can be really difficult, so it might involve thinking, but be a fun one. I friggin' love Roller Coaster Tycoon. When everybody else was playing like Pokemon, I was playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. And that, I think, explains a lot about my personality. Especially considering that, as Ray pointed out to me, I got even more obsessed with Fallout 76 once I started selling things in Vendor and got really into the in-game economy. Sometimes I'm just like da 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 da. God, that's such a good game. Such an effing good game. They made Roller Coaster Tycoon Deluxe, which is like Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 on Steam. Every now and again I turn it back on and play it for a bit. So fun. We need to get back to backyard baseball, but I just got mad how bad I was at it. Okay, that is ugly as frick. Don't even care. It will be functional. Let me just. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Okay. I think that's all we need to do for repair work right now. Okay, so then the question becomes, how do I want it? I kind of wonder if I want to do comics along the top, because I'm gonna have paperbacks from here on out. And that's a lot of space. So, but comics are about the same height. So I think what I actually am going to do is put in a shelf and do comics along the top. Even though it's going to be a bit more of a repeat of my heavy book problem. But, I mean, these are all hardcovers. So this is the heavy book problem, too. So I think that's what I'm going to do there. I think I have one more fitting shelf. I wonder if I might actually put my sabers. I might end up making this shelf one of these because I feel like the wood in the back will make the sabers pop, but I'll make that decision later. I'm gonna have to go find. I have more pegs for shelves. I just have to figure out where they went because I'm about through all of the pegs of shelves I have, but that's okay. Just involves a scavenger hunt that I did not plan for. This. Grab a shelf. This shelf is brought to you by the letter E. I don't think you can read it, but it says E. It's an endurance shelf. Okay. Make sure it's dusted off. You guys couldn't see these before in my old setup, but those are like postcard size pieces of art. This is the one I sent a copy of that one to Ray and a copy of that one to Kathleen. Ugh. Let's see here. Okay. This will go here and will be comic books. Okay. So let's grab them by... My neighbors are also doing something. You did your bookmark? I love that. It's really great artwork. I was really impressed by it. Right, now let's see if I'm right and this will fit. No, I'm wrong and it doesn't. That's okay. Because we're still dealing with paperbacks from here on out. So it's still going to be plenty of room. We're still going to be fine. So we'll drop this down one. These are the tallest comics I have, so if these fit, it'll work. They fit. These are my Kieran Gillen Darth Vader run, which is where Dr. Afro premiered. One of my favorite pieces of canon. And a whole bunch of comic books. Just whole bunches. That are not really going to be put up in any particularly good order right now. I don't think they were in a particularly good order where I had them before either. I buy comics so sporadically, I don't really have them in a good place anyway. Since when do I have War of the Bounty Hunters? God, I have stuff I didn't even know I had. Frick yeah, happy surprises. Let's see here. This I knew I had. High Republic Adventures and Starlight Stories. More comic books. What about you? You are technically short stories, but do you fit here? You do. You are technically a guidebook. I kind of would rather put you there. Okay, what else do we have? These are Legends comics. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of that shelf bend going. That's the thing that made me concerned before, because comics are just so much denser than regular books. If I divvied you up somehow, there's no way this can't hold. It's just a structural thing. Okay. We're also going to put some of my fiddly bit stuff here. So these are like the Scholastic books I have and stuff. Lando Calrissian and the Mind Harp of Shrew. Okay. Excellent. So now, the other goal, we have comics. I don't really care that these aren't aligned because that's secondary to everything else I have to get figured out here. So what I need here is room for my Legends paperbacks, which are going to get really screwed by the shelf shape here, but again, that's future Jess's problem. Somewhere in here I want the shelf for my things. This is too short for my holocrons. That won't work. So I could put a shelf here. Let's grab a paperback. Let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can make happen. Ooh, it did not almost fall over. You didn't see it. Okay, so if I do this, that's way too much room. I can do this, and I can do this. And that would give me 2 rows of paperbacks. It would not give me room for my holocrons to go here. However, I could just put my holocrons next to more books. So I could do a shelf. That actually doesn't solve anything for me though, because I can't, unless I do, I mean I could put stuff in on the side. I have stuff that I could utilize a short shelf for, which all that would do is fill space. Now here's a question. If I wanted to, for the sake of OCD, I could drop this down one and drop this down one, and I wouldn't really gain or lose anything, because I think if the shelf was sitting here, I want to perform an experiment. Hold on. I'm looking for more shelf pegs. Where did I put them? Found them. We're good. Crisis averted. Everybody can calm down. I found them. Okay. I also grabbed another pop. Okay. So if I did this, I'm not doing this for keeps, I'm doing this for science. But if it works, then I'm doing it for keeps. Let's see if this works height-wise. If I do this, do these books fit? What the fudge did I do here? Okay, hold on. I only need to drop them down one. Okay. So if I did this, that would actually completely work. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. This is why you should always try science. Save this for over here. Take these out. And then this on. Here. 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 And here. This will work, and then we'll pull you off temporarily. You off temporarily. I can't drop you down one. Dang it! Well, then why doesn't this... Well, all of that was for nothing. I was going to drop this down one and this down one so that they would match, but there's no holes. So that's why I had done it that way. So I did all that for nothing. But that's okay. I think I'm still going to leave it this way because I'd rather have this shelf here. Which means over here, you can do this. So it's just going to be slightly off. It's enough where if I could make it even, I'd make it even. And by that I mean this shelf and this shelf. If I could make this match, I would. I don't love that it's like this, but I would rather have the space than the uniformity, and so it's just going to have to be. And then what I can do here is I have a couple of odds and ends books. Most of my Legends novels are paperback. But some of my Legends novels are hardcover. Not a lot of them. So, what I can do, and I don't really plan on getting more hardcover Legends novels. So what I can do is use this for the hardcovers that I have. Or at least we'll prioritize the hardcovers that look cool. Ah. This is a tank. This is a hardcover of Star by Star. Frankly, I might just let this book go on to the next life because it's already held together by Scotch tape. This was not mine. I bought it used somewhere. Most of the pages are stained with something. I gotta decide if I have a shelf space problem. I'm not sure this is the book that I want to give up real estate for, but we'll see. Can both of these fit here? No. So this can fit there. And then this one is a book that I also have in paperback. I ordered a book in hardcover once. I don't even remember what I was trying to get used. It came with the correct slip. Wrong book. And then I tried to return it, and the person I was trying to return it to was not really helpful, so I just kept it. So this is another book where really if I needed to give up real estate, I could just give this to somebody because I already have it. And I don't even have the slip for it because it didn't match the book. But we can do this. Alternatively, I could actually put a lot of the smaller ones in here and it would probably utilize the space better. But I don't hate that as a thing. Can play around with that as an idea. So then I can, let's look at my holocron here. We're gonna unplug it just so it's more wieldy. I think that could work. I think I could have paperback shelf, holocrons, and probably kyber crystals there. And it would be near the plug, which would solve a good portion of my problem. And also this way too, if this ever snapped for any reason, it would fall onto this. So my anxiety about having a lot of stuff there is not super worrisome. So I think that's how we're gonna do this. I also could potentially put a few books in here amongst the stuff, but I think this will probably be 2 lightsabers, and that's about all you're gonna have room for. And I can eventually try to fit some RGB stuff back there. Like I might actually cut into this also down the road and feed some RGB lights in here. Because then they can operate on a switch instead of getting like battery pack ones. And then have stuff here. Yeah, thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate the feedback. So yeah, I think that's how we'll do it. And I think for down here to eventually, you can't see it, but the bottom half of the shelf, to utilize that space better, I think I'll either see if there's a way I can gain a shelf hook, or maybe just buy some stands that can go in the bookshelf that would give me some sorting ability, because I know those things are made as well. And that would be a down the road problem, but down the road problem nonetheless. But we're making good progress here. Now I'm just kind of letting myself think for a second. I think what I'm going to do is put this shelf in and get the wires through. Put the holocrons in. I think that's my next step. I need more push pins. This one I actually want to use a black shelf for because I want, when the holocrons are turned on, I want them to pop a little bit. Alright, clean the shelf. I know I'm off camera, but just know that I'm wiping a shelf with a Clorox wipe. So I think you can let your imagination run wild with that one. Let's see. Now I'm drying it again, but this rag is getting used, so it's not drying as well anymore. Okay. Appreciate you guys being here with me for this. It actually gave me the motivation to do it. As much as I really wanted it done, like I genuinely wanted it done, it was one of those like, yeah, but I'm gonna have to start. This is just a really good way to make me start. I have made progress, thank you. Again, very much appreciate the validation because I am really, like just saying, trying hard to have the motivation to do this. Again, not for not wanting it done, but just because it was a whole project. Hold on. What do I have going on up here? I have a lot of ideas that were great ideas at the time that come back to haunt me later. What am I doing up here? Okay, these might end up plugged back in where they were and they might not. We're gonna decide that. Ow! I'm fine. In the future. So this is, these are micro USBs. I'm sure the new ones that you get at Galaxy's Edge now are USB-C. These are micro USBs. These are, I bought these in January of 2020. Not that anything happened after that. And they were already a couple-year-old model, I think, at that point. When did? No, we were there when Rise of the Resistance was brand new. So the part couldn't have been that old at that point. But these are micro USBs. But I bought on-off switches for them. So when the holocrons are plugged in, they glow. And it gave me the ability to plug these in and have them on, but also the switch let me turn them off and on. So we're gonna, now the question is, am I gonna be able to fit this in so the switch can live outside of the bookshelf, or am I gonna have to do something else? We're gonna see. Kind of works out because I have this, I love these ledges. They go all around my whole apartment. They're not behind the shelf. Behind the shelf is flat, but all I have to do is fit like a tiny little cord in there. Okay, so that's gonna be the hookup. I might just be able to make this work depending on how far over. Like if I want a holocron and a holocron, which I kind of do, one of these is gonna have to go way in, or I could just order another USB extender and make it longer, I guess. Hold on. This could be where I get myself into trouble. Let's see if I get myself into trouble. So far, so good. Okay, and that would let me have one all the way in. And then we'll put one in, but not quite so far, and we'll have a light side and the dark side, as it were. Plug this sucker in. But that way both switches will be on the outside, which is good. Fish this in. So again, very fortuitous mistake. Happy accidents, like Bob Ross taught us. Okay. So we got a little squish. There we go. Go as far back as I can and pull that out as far as I can. Because then the next fun part is these need to plug into something, which was living up there. Where did I? God damn, where's myself all turned around here. Okay. Where did that brick go? Here's the brick. Plug in. Ugh. Plug in. And then feed this under this other thing. And then, does it work if I go like this? Or will it be ridiculous if I go like this? There we go. It's a little dangly, but it's just USB, so it's not like it's super dangerous if it's a little dangly. I don't really hurt anything. And then... Ugh. Glow! Ta-da! Not exciting. I like that. Oh, it was just, it'll add a little spark. Hopefully not literally to the shelf. Waiting for a half price books to come through my books right now. Nice. That is exciting. See, I'll have the satisfaction of job well done, and you'll have the satisfaction of having more money to use. So, you know, 2 different victories. Okay. And I think this is where I'm going to set up my kyber crystals. And I'll probably put a few other things on display here. Oh, no. What I was going to do... Oh... I was going to put another shelf on, but the dang dark side holocron's too tall. Darn you, dark side. Oh. This foils my plan. This is sitting on top of the thing, and I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I have a thought. So, this is where we're going to get a little creative. I have several different things that I have for holding up shelves. Some of them are these little nubs. And you're supposed to put them in like this so they sit flat on the shelf. But if I turn them, it might give me just enough space to make room for the holocron. We're going to try it. We're not going to give up. We're not giving up yet. I wonder, did I use... Because the ones I got, actually, the ones I got for these shelves might even be better. Hold on. Which ones are thicker boys? These are a little bit thicker boys. We're going to give it a try. We're going to try. I'm going to try real hard here. I know Yoda says there's no try. But sometimes us mortals, we have to. You know? That's what I say. It's the only point between him and I that I've ever had staunch disagreement with. Sometimes you do have to try. And not have to stick up your butt about it. Of course, Yoda had a hand up his butt, so, you know, that's kind of why he was grumpy all the time. If I had a guy named Frank with his hand up my butt all the time, I'd be a little grumpy too. Alright. Gonna try it. Oh my god. Hold on. It might be working. It might, okay, it works, but it doesn't stick. So what we're gonna get is some poster putty. I'm taking this seriously. Okay. I'm gonna make this work. My ancestors used to live in Texas. If I don't have a little southern ingenuity in me, I'm gonna let all of my ancestors down, you know? Okay. whenever I have to take these down, I'm gonna forget that I did this, and I'm gonna go, what was I doing? I'm gonna be so mad at 2025 Jess for these shenanigans. I don't know what year Jess it's gonna be, but that year Jess is gonna be really mad at 2025 Jess. And it's gonna be hilarious. Okay. I'm dropping poster putty on my carpet. Where'd it go? Mm-hmm. Okay. Come on. I just need it to not rotate, and as long as they don't rotate, which they are inclined to do, because of course these are the holes that aren't miscut. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. It's so darn close. Like, we are literally talking a millimeter here, but I think we're good. I think it worked. I think it worked. As long as this shelf never, like, rotates, it's just going to be tight, but it's going to work. That is so funny. I think it's good. I think we can call it good. It's a little bit of drama, but we made it work. Actually really glad to have that moment documented. That is so wild. Okay, paperback time. This back. Okay, my paperbacks are completely not even close. Like they are not in the right order, but that's gonna be okay. We're just gonna get started here. And once again, this will be a thing I correct later. I was gonna laugh really hard if those didn't fit. These are gonna be kind of generically sort of in the right spot. But this is really not gonna matter because these are all the same size. So, that's fine. I got like trilogies separated here. Like these are all sorts of not correct. But that's fine. I'm just gonna, one of these days I'll throw like a video on YouTube or something and sit here and put everything in the right order. Okay. The only problem will be these books are different thicknesses, because of course they're different durations, lengths, whatever you want to use. So that might adjust things slightly. Okay. Oh, hey, I have one more nice shelf. Would I rather use the one more nice shelf there? Or maybe there. I might use the one more nice shelf here and replace that later because you can, that's going to be the one that's empty. So I'm actually going to make that decision later. Okay. Books. I feel like something's upside. Oh, it's not that they're upside down. It's that they're Batnum books next to Del Rey books. That's fine. That happens. Let's see. Cover style change is all. So again, I feel very self-conscious because I know these are not in the right order, and I'm like, somebody on here is gonna tell me they're not in the right order. She got $23 for 40 books. God dang. But still, I mean, it's $23 and a whole bunch of space. So there you go. Okay. So that's these two shelves. Now, the ridiculous thing is going to be that now, if we look down here, they weren't rare and some weren't pristine, so I'll take it. There you go. This is where the next shelf is going to sit, so there's going to be like a buttload of space. And I'm going to run into the same problem that I ran up there, which is then I'm just going to have like a stupid, like unusable middle. But the good news is we're actually probably only one more shelf of all I need of the ones I've read. And then this can kind of at least sit for now until I get more books read and have to figure out. Like it'll basically become a problem I have to solve, but a problem I won't have to solve for a while. And again, we'll get to the point where at least the bookshelves are, in fact, functional. Which I think is good enough for me. Hold on. What do I want to put there? Rusty. Get a shelf there. I think it was Django, I don't know if he's still here, who a little ways ago, he got a bunch of books in a sale. Like he has a ton of Legends novels, but they were like library books or like some kind of like owned book thing where like for legal reasons they had to take the cover off. Maybe they weren't library books, they might have been like, he would know, they were like in-store copies, or they were like some kind of author copies. Point being, like he could, like they were paperback books, but in order to sell them they had to take the covers off. So he got like a bunch of Legends novels that from the side look fine, but from the front don't have a cover. So you could have them on a shelf and no one would know. Display copies, they might be. He would remember it. I might be misremembering the situation too, but it was just kind of funny. Okay. Yeah, there was something about the cover that couldn't go on. I mean, he knew it when he made the purchase, so it wasn't like he was scammed or anything. Shelf. Books. Oh no! Rebirth fell. Star by Star is upside down. Pick Rebirth up. Books are so slippery. Okay, so then this is how far the shelf goes with the Legends novels that I have read in paperback. I mean, I've read some, again, some are like library reads and stuff, so there's some that I've read that I don't have here. Throw errands and paperback. Alright, sounds good. I'm probably going to wrap up here somewhat soon, because I think I'm actually almost through what I'm going to do here today, unless you guys want to hang out and watch me put them in chronological order, but that's probably not going to be super thrilling for anybody. That's probably going to be I put a movie on and do that project. And I might trade that shelf out for a black shelf. I gotta put my kyber crystals in, so I'll probably do that here too. So then I have this stack of books this is the Legends novels I have in paperback that I have not read. So these are gonna live just down here, kind of like they did before. Display that I own them. I'll move the camera when I stack them in, but you know, just display that I own them, but kind of make it look different because they're the ones I haven't read yet. There we go. I gotta put that one on. There we go. Ow, my knees just cracked. But these will just kind of stay like this for now. Not very organized space, kind of wide open, but I think that's okay. But this is my haven't read them yet section. Thank you, I appreciate that. You got nothing going on, so if you want company, I'm here. Excellent. That's good. I might take advantage of that then. Although, frankly, at that point, if I'm just chronologically, I could just call you. And then we could actually talk. Let's see here. The other thing I'm going to do while I'm still at it is I'm just going to replace this real quick. Because this will be very easy. There's only a handful of books here anyway. Pop this one off. Pop this one on. I think I'm going to go make a quick pass. Oh, you know what we can still do on stream is I need to decorate on top. I have things that can be decorated on top, so that's what I'll do next. I think I'm going to save the making it chronological for another day. I just think my critical thinking has been so used by decorating. I don't really feel like, I guess chronologically is not necessarily critical thinking, but you know, I'm kind of done thinking. So that's kind of how the bottom will look. Room to grow, little room to grow, and then I'll figure out the shelving situation. So if I actually read enough of these Legends novels that I need the next shelf, I can. Yeah, I had a couple of other things above. Okay, perfect. But yeah, I can put stuff up there and I can make that nubbin look less stupid. Like, I think that's what I'm going to work on next. I think, because I still have some stuff in some other rooms. I'm going to go and we'll work on some shelf decorating yet. So I'm not done. I'm not done. Well, I have you guys here and I'm motivated. We'll work on some other things. Let's see here. You know what I don't have? Is I don't have a spot for like books I'm currently reading. But I think it's a short-term solution. But I can probably just set them here for now. My other thought is this area. I think I might utilize this top area differently, and that can be my area with my stuff that I'm currently reading. So I did forget about that. But frankly, I think I can solve that particular problem in a different spot. So let's see here. Now, one thing I didn't consider, because the other shelf was wide enough. I don't know if this is wide enough for both. I might have to do that and this to make it work. Let's see here. That's good enough. Like I said, I think if I get some lighting back there too, it'll really make it pop, because it's pretty dark here. But it's not as dark there in real life as it is on camera. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I got a lot of small things I need to find space for. Yet. Oh, these are just the crystals. Where did the stands go? Stands. So these are the cases for the kyber crystals I got from Galaxy's Edge. And to display them, I just, on Amazon, because you can get everything on Amazon, I got, they're actually said for like rocks, like if you're a rock and gemstone collector, you'd get these. It's kind of the shape. They look like 90s hair clips, but they're not. And I just bought a package of these. I have way too many for how many kybers I have, but they work really well. Oh, this is fun. This did not stay. I don't know if it's the weight of the books on the shelf or if one of these turned. They turned. That's what happened. Okay. Hold on. The weight of the books pushed this down. I thought that might happen, but I was hoping it wouldn't. So what I might have to do is if I keep it, yeah, it's not going to be good for it because it's going to crunch it. I could just let it dangle, frankly. It's plugged in, so it's not going to fall forward. My solution, frankly, might just be to let it dangle. Then it can look like really spooky because it's the dark side one and it's hanging out. Like I said, it's not going to fall because it's plugged in. So I might actually just let it sit like that. It can be like it's trying to escape and corrupt all life around it. Four, five. I put the red one. Yellow one is empty. Must be in my saver. Clearly not setting these up right. And white one. Green one. Blue. These are going to have to be kind of angled too, which is fine. And purple. Actually, what we could do is this. Put 2 front and center, 4 behind. There we go. That works. With the dark side one trying to escape. Cool. Okay, so that looks good. I did lose knick-knack storage space, but I think that's what's going to go up there now. So we're going to set up the up top organization now. I think that'll be fun. So what I'm talking about is choking up there. We're going to do something. Get my stepping stool back. Now before, I had a board on top of here, but it was because they were at a 90-degree angle over in that corner, and the board gave me more space. I don't know that I really want to put a board up here again, but I can. Actually, if I did, it would hide the nubbin and some other things, so I might actually do that. Let's see here. Here's one of them. I might not actually have room for both. There's the other one. This is kind of covered in black. Do I want to put the other one back in black and have black up there, or do I not care? Let's see. Let's just set it up and let me look at the color and I'll make up my mind. So I would set this up here. I think I'm going to take it off. Here's the other one. No, that's not the other one. Where's the other one? Here. The other one. I returned. So then the other one looks like this. What do I think about it being in black? Yeah, I think I have. Hold on, I'm walking away again. Still looking. Okay. I had the other pillowcases that went on here. These are what makes it black is just pillowcases. I don't know where they went. So then I want them all the same color. I think if I don't have them, I'm going to take this off so that they're all the same because I don't hate that it's brown. I don't hate that it's brown. I don't prefer that it's brown. I prefer that it was all black. But if I don't have the option and I want to move forward today, still looking. Okay, no. I don't see them. So, wait. Sometimes the good Lord tells you where to find it when you're trying to find it. Found them. What is going on? Sorry, I just got a bunch of messages. Okay. Deal with that later. Okay. Let's see here. What do we got? I'm gonna put these on. So take this one down. Good. You won't see the tape because this is just gonna pass right over the top of it. So this is quite literally just a piece of wooden board. But rather than paint it or deal with it, put pillowcases on it. And the advantage is if it ever gets like really, really crazy dusty or something, you just wash the pillowcases as opposed to painting it. And this is a king size pillowcase, around the same size, which is the board was kind of cut to. Actually, do it this way. How do I want to do this? I think I actually want to do it this way because then it can drape off that end like this. Ugh. Okay. And then this will go up like this. Now I have some cords up here. We just won't push it all the way back because then we're not putting pressure on the cords. The board's pretty heavy, it'll act as a counterweight. And then this draping stuff will kind of hide, at least a little bit, the cords that are there. So I want to push this back as far as I can, like so. There we go. I also want to push this way, kind of as far as I can. So, you know, I gotta be careful. I can't put anything super, super heavy on it, but it's gonna give me a lot of top space with that draping, which will make that actually look a little bit better. I might eventually put something kind of tall and decorative back here to hide that, but like this angle, it's probably not actually gonna be on stream. And no one's really gonna walk back behind there, so I'm not really sure I'm that worried about it. Now the question is, am I gonna be able to put the other board there with enough space to have it not really be a danger? And we're about to find out, because that's gonna be the next thing that we do. Let's see here. All right. How do I want to do this? I want to do it this way. So again, that was a king size pillowcase. This is just a normal dude pillowcase. This. Go up here. And then you have shelf space for decor. Again, I can't put anything super heavy like right on the edge. But I mean, it can hold some amount of weight. This will kind of help again with some ugly cabling I have going over here. I also don't have to let it drape all the way. I can just let it drape a little bit. Look at that. Now I have the ability to add decorative things up here. Which will be good. This goes with my saber. This goes with my saber. Those will both sit on that shelf. Let's see here. What all do I have that I want to do something with here? These are things I'd like to live somewhere. Alright, I'm gonna go grab 2 other things. Hold on. Alright, crate 1 of stuff that needs a home. And crate 2 of stuff that may or may not have a home. You know what I can do? Hold on. Hold on. Everybody just hold on a second. I'm excited about this. So, let me see how this fits. Oh, it fits perfect. Oh my god. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. So forever ago, Kathleen from the streams, I'll make sure she sees this when she comes back, crocheted me this, which is a BioShock thing. And I've like set it in places, but I haven't had like the ability to hang it. That's not true. I just haven't asked somebody to help me hang it. And I've forever had a nail up there on the wall since before I moved in. Nothing put there. And it was so hard for me to reach because it was over my computer. But now, oh, this is going to be perfect. This can have a space in my actual bedroom. There's already a hook to put it on. Look at that. It's like it was supposed to be there all along. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. It's going up there. That has a place of honor. There's always a lighthouse, always a man, always a city. Oh. With the lighthouse, Liz's necklace, Jack's chain, and the clouds that look like a chain over the water. Just absolutely perfect. It's such a weird optical illusion because this is actually a wall. Love it. That's going there. That is like the happiest surprise of the day so far. Really good. Really, really good. I bet I can buy bookshelf hooks. I'm looking at my Kyber again. Or my Holocron again. I bet they make bookshelf hooks that make the shelf go up a little bit higher. And I bet I can fix this. Because I wouldn't need that much space. I bet I can do it. Okay, so that's going to be there. Okay. Other thing I want to put up there is I have this sucker. So this is a tree topper. That's the Death Star that I actually had in my old setup. You can plug it in, put some power to it. It's pretty fun. I want this up here somewhere. Is there extra space on here? Or did I use both? I used both, darn it. But I can run it this way. And I'll have the ability to plug it in this way. If I drop it down to my setup over here. But I need it to sit on something. You're not going to see it very well there. I do believe that's what I used to. Oh my god, everything's dropping. Dreidel from my friend Matt. He gave all of us at work dreidels for Hanukkah one year, which was very kind of him. And I hope it's not sacrilegious, but I use it as a fidget spinner when I play games. This is a cup holder for your car, and I use it for the Death Star. So anyway, if you're getting the running theme, I use a lot of things for not what they're supposed to be used for, because they work. You right on down. Actually, having this plugging in and out down here would be really useful because it's either on or it's not. So this will make it very easy to unplug. That's not super safe. Hold on. Let's do this. Come here, little plug. And do that. Yeah, that'll that'll work. And if that works, this will work. Okay. Ah, now it's on. Excellent. And then, hold on. Does the remote work? I can't remember if I fixed it. I know I bought batteries for the remote. I can't remember if I actually changed it or not. Doesn't look like I actually did. Where is my screwdriver? I swear I changed this. Yeah, the battery's open. Battery pack's open. Hold on. I swear I did this. Let's see here. What's going on here? Hold on. Okay, I didn't change them because this takes 2 batteries and only 1 battery is out of here, which means I replaced. I think the battery I remember changing is actually in a temperature reader and humidity reader for my lizard tank. So that, as a fluke, took the same battery type as this. Batteries. They're one thing that you actually have to use them for what they're meant for. You can't use them for something else. I'm just going to throw the bad ones out before I forget which ones are good or which ones are bad. One, two. Buckle my shoe. Okay. There you go. This is very important. I will definitely be clipping it, don't you worry. So now my neighbors can hate that because it's their bedroom above my bedroom. So that finally works. It hasn't worked for a while because I've been not replacing the batteries, and this was a perfect excuse to finally replace the batteries. So that's there, and now I can easily unplug it there when I don't want it on. I will be. They're not currently organized like at all because I didn't want to take the time to find a good list, and we're just getting them done. Welcome in. They will be released. They will be canon side, legend side, timeline order, and then the comics I'm gonna have to figure out because I just don't have enough comics to really justify sorting them in any particular way. But it's always chronological. It's always in universe chronological timeline order for me every time. I do make some exceptions, like the list I was reading. The canon ones are pseudo in order. Obviously, High Republic can get a little shady, and like it had like the Thrawn Rebels trilogy, and it was like Thrawn, A New Dawn, Thrawn Alliances, Thrawn Treason, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not a psychopath. So, I disagree with the order sometimes. And then you have to, are you going with the officially released order, or are you going with the fan-made one that sometimes is better? It takes time to have a well-crafted chronological order one. I literally, if you go to the beginning of the stream, I did a random rant where I said everyone out here is complaining that Disney is woke and trying to promote women, and really the actual crime against humanity that is Disney is the fact that they cannot publish a book in the same size as any other book. That should be what we're making 3-hour rant videos about. But, that's just me. The sizing issues also drives me crazy, I assure you. You're looking pretty good, though. Like I said, I'm going to go through and reorganize the specific ordering of a lot of them. But this is comic books, scholastic books, kind of random odds and ends things that I don't really have a good spot for. The reason why these shelves are like this is frankly because the holes for the shelves in this is stupid. And so I'm doing the best that I can with it. But these are just these are the Legends hardcovers. I don't have a lot of Legends hardcovers. Lightsabers. Legends novels that I've read, most of those are in paperback. And then the bottom shelf there, these are Legends novels that I own but I have not read. The bottom shelf there. Behind here is guidebooks and another little short weird shelf with guidebooks. Canon books I've read with lightsabers. Again, the only reason why this is like this is because I discovered the holes for the shelves in the shelving units was really dumb. Like, a trilogy that doesn't match, what are they doing? I know. You have a Darksaber Advanced Reader copy? That is sick. Was it, it was Darkrai, right? Who was doing the big, they were doing the big, hardcover collection and got, every single one. Because there's some Legends books that were only in hardcover if you were a part of, a reading club or something like that. And so they're really, really hard to get. But I'm feeling pretty good. So now we've moved on to filling up here. I'm pretty sure it's Darkrai. And then there's somebody else I know from Star Wars Twitter who is doing it, but I don't think... See, that's another reason why I can't call it X, because Star Wars X just, what the frick is that? It sounds like a weird club or something. Still Star Wars Twitter to me. Anyway, there's another guy in Star Wars Twitter who's a big Legends dude. I think started collecting the hardcovers too, but I don't think he's in the Discord group. The reference group. I think all the NJO hardcovers, but honestly, at some point I lost count. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to become my space to store. These are, I never know where to put these, but I want to keep them. This is the band I got at Star Wars Anaheim in 22 that I wore into the Kenobi premiere. This is what let me into the Kenobi premiere. And then this was the band we had all weekend at that convention. I want to keep these somewhere. But I never had a good spot for them. I like this Chewie hat. There's no eye holes in it, so I'm not going to do this forever, but it's a Chewbacca hat. Yeah, I know. I'm always going to call it Twitter. I literally have not updated my Twitter app on my phone So I can't look at quote tweets, and I literally can't use whole functions of Twitter. But it still says Twitter in the picture. Although I think there's a way to cheat it on iPhone. I think I could like make a shortcut to it and put my own picture in it if I wanted. But I was like, that's too much work. I'm just not going to update the app. Oh, that's cool. I think I remember when you got those. Because we hung out at the 19 one. The next time Celebration is in continental North America, I am friggin' going. I got such a bug going to 2 of them in a row, and then totally fair that they're in London and Tokyo, like no shade, but I miss them. I am a little upset I'm not going to the convention that has the Revenge of the Sith anniversary in it. Welcome back, Kathleen. Look. Look. I finally found the perfect spot for it. There's been a nail in that part of the wall this whole time, but it was above my computer and I never felt safe like hanging anything up there. And then I started putting this stuff up and I was like, oh my god, it fits perfectly. It took me a while to find a perfect spot, but I found a perfect spot. That's right, Blinks got you Master and Apprentice. Blinks brought me, was it Blinks who brought me? Somebody brought me the European edition of From a Certain Point of View that I have. I can't remember if it was Blinks or not. Tokyo would be cool. It's so much money. And that I completely agree. If I'm going to friggin' Tokyo, I am not going to Tokyo to be in a convention center in Tokyo. Like, I'm going to go to Tokyo. That's my thing. Yeah, this is, for those of you who don't know, a piece that was crocheted by I don't know if I used the right word there, but created by Kathleen in the chat there for me as a very lovely present that I've had for quite some time, and I just haven't had the spot. Gina! Gina! Welcome! How are you doing? These are my shelves. Don't look to the left of the screen, but these are my shelves. Oh my god, Gina, how the frickin' frick are you? It's so nice to see your name pop up. We're just here. We're moving on from the shelves to designing this part of the screen. I know. You won't look. I'll keep the camera pointed up here now. We'll be good. Because this is what I'm working on now anyway, is up here. For those of you who weren't here and want to see, this was the last thing I got set up. It's a tree topper made by Hallmark as an ornament. Pretty excited to actually have that in a usable space now. This is all stuff that needs to go somewhere else later. Okay. So now I have some other stuff that I kind of pulled out of my room that I'm now trying to figure out where I want to store. Trying to figure out what of it can go up here. So I have a couple of Lego sets that I haven't actually put together. And frankly, when they're done, they would also look good up there. But for now, I think I'm going to set the boxes up there. Did you put all your books on the shelf in this? They're moved around a little bit. So I had some problems where the holes to put the shelves in this shelving unit were different than the one I had before. I thought they'd be more uniform, and they weren't. So I had to do like a lot of thin stuff like this just to make it work. The other problem I have is I wanted to put my holocrons here, but the Sith one doesn't fit. And so I think I'm going to Google or look on Amazon and see if I can find some shelf notches that actually bump the shelf up a little higher. And I might be able to make that fit. But right now I'm not worried about it because it's actually plugged in. So it's not going to fall off. So I kind of like it. It makes it look like the dark side's trying to escape. So I actually kind of have less room because I don't have as many options as to like where to put the shelves. So I gotta solve that mystery, but I already had plenty of room to begin with, so I'm okay for now. Like, it's a problem I'm gonna have to solve, but I have to read more books before it's gonna be an issue. I think what I'm gonna do for now, these are cool. I got a little Boba Fett with his ship Lego I gotta put together eventually. This one I'm really excited about. This is from the Lego Holiday Special to put together, and then this is Luke with his land speeder, but I really like it because it has a Jawa in it. I have one friend who always gets me Legos for Christmas, and I haven't had the heart to tell him that I like never put them together. So for now, the boxes will just go up here and quietly remind me that I need to put them together. And once they're put together, the Lego sets will probably go up here. Frankly, this is a good enough spot to put them, but for now, they can live up there. These are posters. Lydia Kang, right? Yep, Lydia Kang did a Instagram giveaway for High Republic posters, and I won. So I have 3 High Republic posters in this tube that need a home. And they'll probably go on my wall in here somewhere. They might go up there as a background, but then they'll be kind of cut off. So I might put them up on my wall in here where I can see them. You guys just won't really be able to see them. But that's going to be another day. This is this is really cool. I know this isn't going to go in my living room though. I got this for Christmas. It's a giant mouse pad that has a picture for all 9 episodic Star Wars films. I really like it, but I already have a giant mouse, like I have a giant mouse pad for my computer, and it has RGB on it, which I like at night if I'm playing games in the dark. I can see where the edge of my mouse pad is. So like for a and like if I'm using this as a mouse pad, most of it's covered up by my keyboard. So like I'm going to use it as a table mat on a table in my living room. I just haven't set it up out there yet because that table has been covered in books. So that's going to go out there. You have a signed JJM post. Lucky. Weird thing is from Aftermath. Oh, it has Sloan. Yep, that makes sense. He did invent Sloan, so that is true. This can frankly be thrown away. I don't think it even works anymore. This was just like a little bit of light. Could flip off and on, and it wasn't even that bright. I don't think it works. I mean, it could also just be that the battery's dead, but let's see here. Is it the same size batteries? No, they're not the same size batteries that I already have, so I'd have to literally buy batteries. Well, the batteries are dead, so we should throw the batteries out. Either way, and I can decide if I just want to throw this thing out or find a use for it. This is the box that my lightsaber clip came in. I think that's just gonna move back here. That's fine. Okay, so this is stuff that's going to go somewhere but in another room. This is gonna go somewhere but in another room. As is this. What do we got here? Oh yeah. This is all gonna be other room stuff. Okay. So I think we might actually be at what I can do for now. I'm gonna just kind of quickly get some of this out of my room so I can wheel my chair back in, and then we're gonna play around and see what this is gonna look like on stream. So I'm not done yet, but I need to get some things out so I can get my chair in. But I might, other than the fact that it needs to be chronologicalized, which I'm just gonna do set to a movie on another day. I think we're good enough, and later I'll decide if, actually, well, I guess, Gina, as long as you're here, I'll just show you the posters while you're here, and I'll decide where I'm putting them later. Since you're here, save me the trouble of showing you later. Some of them I think are Phase 3 characters. This guy I know, this guy's Phase 2. So I have General Vess, High Republic character poster. Actually, I bet they would fit up there really well. I might do that with you guys. The problem is, they've been in a tube, so I think I'm going to actually flatten them out before I hang them up. I thought this was one of the twins, but that's not the name. So either it's a spoiler that I don't know, or somebody I'm not remembering. But Niv, Dindro, Uprook, who either I'm not remembering or is from Phase 3, because I haven't. They would fit. I'm waiting to get flat. Yeah, I'm gonna stick them in something that'll help flatten them. And then I love this one, Gyrostaros. Love this one. So I think that'll be perfect. I think they can go up there next to the BioShock art. I just gotta get these flattened out because they won't stay up there with poster putty very well. But that'll actually be the perfect spot for them. So these will get hung up once they get flattened out. So that'll be something I work on. And now, like I said, I'm going to clear some stuff out so I can roll my chair in so we can just kind of see how this works as a background. But I am super excited. We did this. Stream's been going almost 3 hours. So this took some time, but like I feel like streaming helped me not get completely overwhelmed while trying to do this. Because I think I would have gotten really overwhelmed doing this without feeling like I could just go, hey guys, what do you think? I think I've benefited a lot from having you all here. Okay, so this stuff can go in my little tool bag. These crates have stuff. This is still stuff that needs to get put away and sorted, but will not necessarily go on these shelves. I think the other thing that might be fun to put in here. This is another piece of artwork that I got but never found a home for, and I don't know if this is gonna fit. We're gonna find out. It might. It might. Oh, no, the Death Star, no. Yeah, I think it's gonna just barely not fit. Unless, what if I nudge this out? You don't need to see the very bottom. Sorry, speaking of bottoms, got a lovely view. Okay. There we go. Can I make this work? No. I don't know if I like it sticking out as much as it is. It's cool art though. Somebody painted a Gamorrean. What if I tried this? And tried to put it behind this. Would it fit? Then it'll fit. Hold on. Oh, that's interesting. I just need to attach it in the back. Or I just put it somewhere else and put those 3 posters up there and don't mess with it. Because I think now if I put the 3 posters up there, it'll be real busy. But real busy is also kind of my preferred art style. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Little putty. On the edge of the canvas and just stick it. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works. There we go. And then I can certainly put the 2 characters from the High Republic that I know up there, and I still might be able to fit all 3. Let's see. Yeah, 3 might be tight. I think if 3 can fit, they'll just fit. Although this can actually slide over a little bit too, so we'll see. Again, I have to flatten these out before I can put those up, so those will not go up today. But I like that there. So that's 2 pieces of art I've been waiting for a spot for, that I now have a spot for. In my high chaos way I decorate. I am really happy with this. Like, the only thing I'm not super thrilled about is this. But I think if I can find, they have to sell shelf pegs where I have room, if I can lift this up literally a millimeter, I have room to lift it up literally a millimeter, and the holocron would fit in there. So I'm going to search on Amazon or Google and see if I can find that. Put the other posters up there. These are little Star Wars pins. I want to find a spot for those. So this is stuff I'll want to find a home for, but I can find a home for at a different time. Okay, tube. Go over here. This can go here. Make some room to roll the chair in, and then we will just check how the on-screen look will look. I want to, before I roll my chair in, do a little picture. Go. Chair. Out, toes. Let's go. There we go. Okay. Wheel you past here. Okay. So typically, even if I was doing a standing stream, I probably wouldn't wheel my chair all the way out. But if I was standing to do a stream, OBS would be over here. I'd probably have my camera here. Game window. It's the closet side. I'd want this side. So like if I was doing a standing stream, we'd be looking here, which I think is pretty nice. I think that's a pretty nice vibe. I think I actually want to tilt my monitor slightly this way, the way I have been doing things. Doesn't go back any more than it already is. It can. There. Still getting used to the new desk setup. Okay. So like I would be standing comfortably here during a stream. And I'd want the camera to be like there. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good background for a standing stream. And then a sitting stream, which will be most of my streams, frankly, is sitting, but I will occasionally stand for one. Alright. And then we just tilt this down a smidge. And I would just sit like this. And again, I like that quite a bit. You can see the holocrons in there. You can see the lightsabers. You get a collection of books. You can see whatever's over there. I like that quite a bit. Quite a bit. I can get infinity effect. I just recently got, yeah, that's Thane and Hancock, it is. That is correct. Up there, that is my two husbands. So that is Thane and Hancock. And then beneath them, it's getting cut off by the shelf, but that's Booker and Elizabeth falling for that artwork. Yeah, Ray's here. Beneath that is from Deathloop. That is Alexis Dorsey's wolf icon. Below that is a really cool piece of artwork. It's Corvo from Dishonored, but he has augmentations like Deus Ex, which is really cool. And then we have Horizon Zero Dawn artwork. The Atlas poster from BioShock 1 and the Masquerade Ball poster from BioShock 1. So that's what all those are there along the side. Ta-da! So it does mean I'm going to want to make that look a little bit better. So the problem I have with my desk is if I want to have my camera pointed there, I have to... I might play around with where my webcam is, because like this is a better shot of my face and it gives me a little bit more room, but it also shows you my door instead of my bookshelves. So if I want to see my bookshelves, now it's like a weird angle of my face, which kind of has me sitting at an uncomfortable angle at the computer. So I might play around with sliding the monitor over and putting the webcam on the other side, but I don't really think that's going to work. But I'm going to play with it, but probably not on stream. But... like, if that's my setup, I just make the white shelf look a little bit better, frankly. And it's a pretty good shot. I think that's pretty good for during streams. Certainly looks better than the empty shelves that they've been. Wow, we just hit 3 hours, so I think I'm going to call the stream here, because anything else I'm going to do is going to be minor and less exciting or going to take a minute. So, but I'm feeling really good about what I got going right now, I think. See, I can make this look a little bit prettier. I'd love to get more of this wall in, but to get more of this wall in, I'm going to have to put my camera on my other side. But I might do that. I might be able to find a way to make that work. I just haven't tried. But yeah. So one last little... we'll put High Republic posters up there between BioShock and the Gamorrean behind the Legos once they get flattened. And then this is at least what you can see on stream. So I think we'll be good. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I think I got done really good having people here. So thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and I will talk to you all. I'm not streaming tomorrow because I have some stuff going on. Thursday is pre-release day for Civ 7, which I have pre-ordered to the extent that I can play it on Thursday. Now, I don't know how much of it I'm going to stream because I'm going to be getting used to it. But we will definitely, somewhere Thursday, I have a weird work schedule this week. I'm off Friday, Saturday because I'm working Sunday. So Friday, I might be streaming Civ, or Thursday, I might be streaming Civ. I'm going to be playing a lot of Civ. I don't know what the rest of I don't know if I'm going to get an Andromeda stream in before then. I'm hoping so. But I don't know if it'd be Monday or Tuesday. But Monday or Tuesday, I'm hoping to do another Andromeda stream, and then we'll do some Civ. And then we'll probably stay with Andromeda more than Civ, so I can get used to it. But that's kind of... and then this upcoming weekend, yeah, this next week is just going to be a weird schedule. And then after that, it's going to get a little bit more normal. But thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.